Hello and welcome to our first kind of back. We're back. I don't know how else to say it. Breath of the Wild is back on Bingothon.
Woo!
Yeah, we made it happen. So Bingo Batch 3 is coming up, and this is going to be a tournament practice match. We actually have two teams that will be facing off, but in a more casual sense. Because while the tournament itself is a lockout, and we do have lockout on the screen, they're actually going to be playing as a 1st to 13, because for seeding purposes, we are asking each of the teams participating in the tournament to do 13 goals of a normal card, and the time they take is what we'll use for seeding. So that
Absolutely.
being said, they can take things a little more casually, but they will still be, competing against each other.
Yes.
So maybe that, edu competition will kind of, help, hopefully, with their times. Yeah. So before we reveal the card, we will do that shortly. Just call me MB, one of the tournament organizers, but I could not do this without Katie.
Hello. I'm happy to be back commentating.
Yay! And Katie is an actual streamer. You should follow her. So
Yes.
make sure to do that. I don't stream, so don't follow me. It's a waste of time. Yeah, we will be revealing shortly. Hold on. Oh, and team moments. Names. I totally forgot to mention that. So we have the return of Shademp and Shadow. They are the Phantom Empire. They're using the same name as last time. But we have a slight change when it comes to Stompy and Futurelander. They are now called the Bird Allegiance.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
I
know.
like
I'm
those
changing it
names.
up. Exactly. So you should give our runners the follows too. Um, I always want to say I'm not like I have no bias. But I am just so proud of Jemp and Shadow. They did so well in the last
Yeah,
tournament.
they did
Like
really well.
so well. Like amazingly well.
Yes, lockout is just so nerve-wracking, and there's such a mind game of, like, do you let the shorter goals go so that you work on some of the longer ones, or you try to get a quick lead and get the shorter ones, but, ooh, it's rough for sure. Alright,
All
and the
right.
board has
Yeah.
been revealed.
All right. So
Oh,
this is a normal board. But yeah, we're gonna have to read through this here and find what's our 25, what's our when I say what's our
yeah,
25, kind of what's our most difficult um
yeah.
thing. I'm still reading.
I'm seeing complete the Yiga hideout clan hideout in Koga without skips, which, that's what I normally do. I can
Oh,
never
that one
get
is,
the
yeah.
I can never get the
Oh
clip.
yeah, that clip. Oh my
It
gosh. Girl, I can get it. Like I don't even and like that's the only clip I've ever even done.
for some reason, I struggle with that clip so much, and so I'm
Oh
just
my
so
gosh.
fast at doing it without it that it's just sometimes easier
Mhm.
just to do it that way. I
Yeah.
keep saying I'm gonna practice it, but then now I'm learning the 100% route, and here we are, and yeah. The 8 main quests, I think, is probably the longest one, probably the one our runners are hoping that it doesn't really come
Yeah.
back to or
Right.
come down
Well,
to.
it
I
was
mean, it's not a
because
lockout,
yeah,
but
exactly.
if
That's the
it
nice
were a
thing.
lockout, that's the one you're like, "I hope
Yeah,
this doesn't go there."
so true. Yeah, and stolen heirloom too, because
Mhm.
that's just oh my gosh, you gotta do so much to get that happen in
Yeah.
Kakariko. That's kind of a pain, and there's a lot of kind of like, oh, you have to forget you have to talk to Impa before you do this. Or it won't
Mhm.
even I think it's lastly won't even want you to show her the fireflies or whatever. Like
Yeah. It's
I
just
think I've done that before. Where I literally like walked in and I let the fireflies go and I talked to her and she didn't
Mhm.
care and I was like, but what, girl, like, come on.
Exactly. Some of the requirements are just make no sense, but, some quick ones that I see that I would think would be ones that they would wanna get right away are, Delega Guardian Stalker. That's
Yeah,
pretty quick to do right off of Plateau. Um,
it's very fun.
Read
I
the
will
King's
say,
Diary isn't terrible, especially with Bliss. That you can go straight there and get that within a couple of minutes.
mhm.
Um, I'm not really
The
seeing
sleep in
anything.
3 beds, right? I mean, you could do that pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
quick one. There's nothing that I'm just like, you want to get this right away with this particular board. Again, I'm thinking more on the lockout. This isn't a true lockout, but I'm sure
Right.
our runners are thinking like, if this were a lockout, what would we want to get to first? And there's really nothing on there that like I could see you going for right off the bat, to like be
I
like
would
the
say
first to
any
get.
chili meal just because of what's on, like, I know there's some chili pilgrims, I think they're called, on Satori,
Mhm.
so that
Yeah.
is
That
feasible.
wouldn't be too bad, yeah. But there's
Mhm.
nothing, like, on plateau that's I think I remember in my lockout tournament, there were, like, 3 things immediately on plateau that I got sniped by, like, seconds. And I'm still
Oof.
salty about it a year
Oh,
later.
yeah, yeah.
But there's
Well, it
really
can make
nothing
a
like
big
that
difference.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, you're right, the chili meal isn't too bad. Secret of the Cedars isn't terrible either. That's just in Hatno, and, if
Mhm.
you could list there fast. Activate to Mant the Tower, again, is not super hard either.
Well, and 3
Um,
Akala Koraks, it's like it's only 3, but it's super far away, right, to get to
yeah,
Akala.
yeah. But, I mean, there's, like, 3 right at the top like, right at the edge of the waterfall, so if you're familiar with them, 3 is pretty and plus around the tower, there's, like, 8 of them, so if you're familiar with it, it's not terrible, but it is kind of far. You do have to know how to get there quickly. Um, but I would imagine that like the sleep in 3 different beds, the Tabantha Tower, and the chili meal are probably going to be the first 3 that we see, and then maybe after that, Beetle and King's Diary.
Mm. You know what goal we haven't talked about yet, Katie? I know it's gonna be your favorite. Opal earring.
Oh my
You
gosh.
know why?
'Cause you
Because it's
need the
a
10
flint.
flints. You need the flints. We need the
Oh my
flints.
goodness. This is
Um,
where ING is just totally
Hold on.
unavoidable.
We gotta drop the blessed into the chat. We gotta bless our runners.
Good.
Um, yeah, you need the 10 flints. But as we've found out, we can get 10 with not a whole lot of RNG. There's a lot more static flint out there, but it's still you gotta rely a little bit on RNG.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
and we
and
are off.
they're off. Yeah.
All right. It seems like they're staying in their voice chats for now, which is fine. I'm sure there's probably still a little bit of routing going
Yeah,
on.
exactly. Yeah, we can.
Um, 5 minutes feels like a long time, but it's not really a long
Yeah,
time.
it does fly by.
But yeah, let's see. So Shadow's off to the little camp right next to the Temple of Time. This is a very popular spot to get a couple of quick weapons. You get a shield, a torch, you get a spear, you can get some food. So it's a really good, and same with Futurelander. It's a pretty good early spot for
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, Stompy's the
Um,
only one I'm seeing who stopped at the goddess to trade in those orbs.
yeah. And Schwemp
I'm gonna
is
keep.
up at I think that's the stasis one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But heading
I
down
wonder
to
if
my
he's
favorite camp.
getting a bed. No, maybe not.
No, no.
No.
He headed over to the camp, which is one of my favorite camps. It's one in my early bingos, especially casually, because get some decent weapons. I like the 5 bomb arrows that you
Yes,
get,
the bomb arrows.
um,
Yeah.
which yeah, super nice. Um, but yeah, I'm sure if they're gonna go for the bed, you would just for that run right up to the old man's house. I usually go to the old
And
man's
he,
house first and then come down, but
right. I think you got lucky. I actually do the other way around so that I can cook some of the food that I picked up at the camp,
mhm,
I think.
yeah. I normally don't do a lot of cooking here because usually, oh, and the snipe from the bokoblin. This is why I kill the bokoblins
Our first death already. Oh,
already.
yep.
But we have Futurelander already off plateau, heading to Satori. This is not a surprise at all. Satori is absolutely loaded when it comes to bingos, and Moglaton is such a great early shrine because of it's actually pretty high. You can get to quite a few places with a bliss from Moglaton, so it's such like in bingos you got to get it because it's just going to give you such a height advantage for so many different places.
Exactly. And you've got access to a decent bow, the $4. You've got the diamond that
Yes.
Futurelander literally just picked up.
Yep. So yeah, it's really hard to ignore going to Moglaton and Satori, especially early in a bingo. And then yeah, all the hardy durians here. So when you're running on 3 hearts, any hearts that you can get and cook early and just have that supply, especially when your wind bombing is you want.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Stompy's wind bomb. Actually, that's just funny timing as well. But he's off.
He's off. But yeah, this is an interesting board that there's nothing like within the first 2 minutes really available.
Oh, and Stompy just got that Guardian cutscene in the bombs area there.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's killing an enemy with shield.
Yep.
There you go. We had a comment in chat from Mr. Deniak. He's a very good bingo player. Yeah, that's definitely a quick goal and way to get the first one. Team. The official name is Bird Allegiance. I'm not changed it on the board there.
But yeah, that's I think that was probably the only really super quick goal on there, and way to stomp that Guardian. I mean, it's fitting. It's fitting for sure. I'm just trying to see where are other. Oh, yep, we've got Schwemp sleeping in the old man's bed.
Dual BLSS. I always love when that happens.
I wonder where they're. Let's see. Are they?
The only thing that would make it better is if we could see the other one on, the other map, like at the same time, and just see both of them BLSSing in other directions or crisscrossing or something.
But
so Shadow, going all the way to CAC. I'm wondering if he's working on like the bed maybe, because you got a bed in CAC and you've got the Hateno one getting started on Stolen Heirloom, although that's a really long goal to kind of
possibly
work towards
3 birds, maybe 3 pictures. Because 3 birds is really not that bad.
I mean, there's a duck and a cuckoo and a heron. I mean, like I could, all right there in Hateno, I think.
Yeah.
Although cuckoos are not in Hateno, but they're back in
CAC. So yeah, we can find those pretty easily. But it looks like Future is at Tabantha Tower, so there's gonna be another quick goal for them there. And Stompy is at Castle, probably heading towards the King's Diary. So.
Oh, there are cuckoos in Hateno. I can't think of where, but I'll trust you, Danik. I will trust you.
I was pretty sure, but I was starting to doubt. You seem so confident. So maybe my memory's wrong. But yeah, Shadow is up at the famous tree stump for heading from blissing from Kakariko to Hateno, so below the frog pond.
This this one. I actually use the square bomb here because even though it's a little slower, I just cannot stand the rolling.
Yeah.
The round bomb rolling off.
I can't quite get the jump and keeping this circle in place. I can't. I don't know. My timing is always off for that. So yeah, I tend to use the square as well because it stays there. It makes my
Yeah.
life easy instead of fighting with a bomb that's rolling away.
We got Future starting on his fairy collection. And it's pretty important he gets 4 right, because like you want for 7 fairies, you don't want to have to go to 2 different fairy fountains, right?
Yeah.
There's only 4 max at each one.
Yeah.
And so you kind of really only have that one buffer.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, now Phantom Empire is on the board with killing an enemy using only a shield. Again, this, they're not doing a true lockout because this is for seeding purposes, but so yeah, that's
It's a good thing to kind of think about, just for each team, how much those early game snipes or even
yeah.
just claims are important. Yeah, this do you like a guardian? It is fun, but it is dangerous. I will say
Mhm.
you might want to do that with either like a fairy or even a good field, right?
I
A good
mean,
bow
I
to
like
stun
to
the
do.
guardian.
I gotta shout out Kamya Talk because it has a lot of good weapons. You can do it pretty quickly and pretty safely if you stop at Kamya Talk, get a couple of those good weapons, and then hop at the Guardian right outside of it. So it's a little touch and go at times, but it's a pretty good spot to do it. Um, Especially because you usually after leaving Talk, you get the auto save, so if you die, you don't lose a whole lot of time.
Mm,
So that's
little
my
suffer.
pro bingo tip. That's a good spot to do it. Especially because the guardian swords make very quick work of chopping the legs off.
Mm.
Yeah, Shadow is getting the camera, and we have Futurelander at Tabantha. Um, I'm trying to see like what in Tabantha.
Definitely not
Secret of the
rescuing
Snowy
Novo.
Peaks.
No, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not Unobo.
Yep.
And Zdenek, thank you so much for those gifted subs to Bingothon. We really do appreciate it.
Woot woot.
So yeah, Secret of the Snowy Peaks. Are you gonna have to do a Divine Beast for that one? I can't remember. I'm thinking.
I don't think so. I know you need it for, was it like the Bird of the Mountains? Pretty sure you need it for Bird of
Yes.
the Mountains. But Secret of the Snowy Peaks. Well, and don't see, now my brain is confusing the two. Secret of the Cedars is definitely Hateno,
Yes,
right?
that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. And that actually goes really well. I didn't even notice the synergy of that with the
Hmm.
full climber set, because
Yes.
I believe the boots are actually that shrine, the
They are.
Secret of the Cedars. That's nice. Nice little synergy there on the board.
Let's see. Secret of the Snowy Peak. No, there's no requirements for it. I just looked it up.
Okay, sweet. Well, that definitely makes it a little quicker then.
Yes. Yes. Not that doing Meadow is super fat or super long. Most experienced bingo players can do Meadow pretty quickly. But yeah, it's nice not having to do it.
Yeah, I've actually seen someone do Meadow just for the Great Eagle Bow because they wanted to complete the Ancient Saddle, which requires
Mhm.
it doesn't require a good bow, but let's be real. It pretty much requires a good bow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very painful to do without a good bow.
Yeah.
The archery game.
Oh my gosh, the archery is. It's if that's ever on the board, you can count on me not doing it because I'm just terrible and I don't want to have to go get a good bow. But it's just I hate it. I hate it. But we got Future doing another bed. So that means they only need one more if I remember correctly. And yeah, we have Schwemp going for the King's Diary. So again, they're kind of consistent with what they're working on right now. Obviously, if this were a true lockout, Phantom Empire would have to be doing some backup plans. But they're the only ones going for Secret of the Cedars right now and starting on that full climber set. So the only thing with the full climber set is you have to do that major test of strength, which, ugh. If you know the clip, great. It's a clip I have not perfected. Now, Stompy's talking to Impa, so we're possibly seeing another picture.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the first to 13 is that they might give each other ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was just about to say, I'm surprised Shadow hasn't done the 3 pictures, but...
Oh, we have another attempt to deleg a guardian. Yeah, here he goes. Using that flame blade. Is it working? Okay, yes.
It's working. See, that's why I like the oh, yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
That's why, like I said, I prefer just going to Kamyatak and getting the ancient swords because it's like 2 hits and it's off. Whereas most of the other weapons take a couple more hits, which just is more likely that you're gonna have to try to re-hit it in the eye, and if it's moving, it's just very tricky. And
Shadep is attempting again, but yeah, it's not easy.
It's a very favorable autosave, though, which is nice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Right there. That you're using to be at the tower to get where? The canyon. I'm in here into Hebra.
Oh, what is he doing all the way up here? Unless he's going to the stable for that static flint. Nope, not quite going all the way to the stable. Chill? Possibly?
Oh. I think so. Alright, I think Shademp is in a better pattern now.
Yes.
He's got 1 or 2 legs down to go.
And
well,
it's
the
not
nice thing is once you get once you get a couple legs off, it can't move as quickly.
Yep. Perfect. Now I can warp away. That's it. Doesn't need to kill it. Or shouldn't kill it, because that's what it says.
Exactly.
Yep.
GG. Ooh, that makes me wonder if we'll be able to warp away in the middle of combat in Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh my gosh. Yes, let's keep that, please.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm trying to think, like, in Ocarina of Time, you could play your Ocarina and, get warped away pretty much any time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, same in Jorah and Wind Waker. Unless, in the overworld at least, you could...
Yeah.
You could play a song and get whisked away.
I would imagine they're going to keep that. That would be a weird...
Yeah.
Weird thing to change, especially because of the target demographic is there. They try to be not kid friendly, but like kids can play these games. So
right. Future Leader got his chill shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
We'll definitely see a chilly meal happening on both sides because Phantom Empire's already got theirs.
Yep. And it looks like Shadow's still looking for one more bird picture.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
definitely
was
saw it too.
guessing. Yeah. Looks like Future's starting to sleep in some beds.
Yep, I think this is his last one.
Well, speaking of sleeping in beds, I need to go do that. So I'm going to invite our restreamer, actually. Jason is going to come in, take over on comms. Katie here, and I'm gonna, I'll be lurking. I'll be lurking as I fall asleep, but yeah, best
Have
of
a good
luck.
night.
Thank you. Best of luck to our teams, and the tourney signups are still open. If anyone is watching and wanting to play in the next tournament, we're still. This is just a practice. Yeah, we have not actually started yet. You're welcome to join.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, it looks like Shrimp is also going to be sleeping in some beds at one of the stables. Those are pretty easy and quick to get to, so they make really great spots for this particular goal. And let's see, Future is still in Hebra, blissing across to that, kind of going off the edge of the world. Oh, nope, heading over to the labyrinth, it looks like. And Shadow is heading over to Tabantha. So we got 3 blisses going on.
I was momentarily looking for the what is it? Reach the edge of the world. I thought that.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's not on here.
Yeah, I was confused too. But going for the I'm curious why he's going to this to the shrine. I can't figure out what's in here. But it looks like we finally have slept in 3 different beds, and Shadow looks like he is at the Tabantha Tower, so...
Yeah, he's picking
Unless
up the...
Future thinks... I'm confused. I'm not sure why he's, why he did this one. For the barbarian stuff?
Well, I mean, the trial on the cliff, the shrine quest is there.
Yeah. Oh, I must have missed that. Okay.
So, I mean, he didn't have to go in the shrine. He just needed to activate it to get that to clear, but maybe he wanted the armor piece.
Yeah, possibly.
And the heart refill.
Yeah, it is nice. And it's not too much, I must have missed that, the trial on the cliff. I still don't even see it.
Column 2, row 5. I'm sorry, column 3, row 5.
Oh, okay. Now I see it. All right. Yeah. Ooh, wow. I somehow missed that one. Yeah, that's not a terrible one with when you bliss up to it. So, okay. That makes a lot more sense. I'm less confused. Yeah, Shadow still looks like he's struggling to get up to the top of the tower. Which, yeah, that one can be tricky.
Well, either Futurelander there's not a goal on the board for cooking a chili meal, so I think he probably just made a mistake on what he cooked there.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh, and Shadow. Oh no. Oh, that's frustrating when you run out of stamina trying to climb something and just fall.
I think Future is must be looking something up right now.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Since this is not, since they are not, I don't think anything is incorrectly marked, ADN.
Their shadow goes. Oh, he's jumping. He's making me nervous. He's gonna fall again. Okay, he made it. Now he's good. He's just gotta activate it. Yeah, I think everything is good as long as he doesn't eat the chili meal.
So since this is not an actual, this is just the two teams doing 13 goals for their time. I imagine that we will not see 8 main quests done.
No.
And opal earrings probably will not be done.
Probably not. Those would, or the 10 gold ring Koroks. Those are not going to be ones that you would see willingly done within the 13 on this board.
Or the stolen heirloom.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So much needs to happen before you can do that.
Has anyone even gotten camera?
Yeah, Shadow has camera and was taking
Okay.
pictures of birds. I'm surprised that he hasn't finished that goal yet. Because he has at least 2 that I saw. So
Yes, Sean. So point is pointing out the fraud catching is our divine beast goal. So on every bingo card that you see, there's going to be one goal on the board that requires a divine beast, and so that's the fraud catching side quest. And then you'll have one more goal that's level 25, the highest level, and I think that's the 8 main quests. That is the 25 number 25 on this. Sean can correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah, I would imagine that the main quest is the 25. All right, so it looks like Stompy is at the tech lab, also getting camera, I would imagine. Because like I said, 3 bird pictures is really not that hard, especially because you can get all of them in Hatno. And we got Futurelander going up to Yunobo, because otherwise, why would you be going to Eldin?
Yeah, why would you? So to rescue Yunobo, it's the one where he's in the storage closet. I don't know what they call it in English, but in Japanese it's the storage closet. Why there's a storage closet all the way out there in that mine, I don't know, but yeah, you just have to rescue him from there, not over at the other cannon where the 2 moblins are attacking him.
Yeah. Which isn't terrible. It's just that's just going to Eldin and getting up there is such a pain in the butt, and you need to have a good amount of food or really fast movement, because yeah, you catch on fire pretty quickly.
It looks like he's going to buy. Okay, he has enough for 1 piece, but to get out there, you have to have level 2 fire protection. So, is he gonna? Oh, okay.
Did he not even buy the piece?
Oh, he bought. Wait.
So why didn't he put it on? Okay, I was about to say.
Okay, there you go.
I was about to say, like, put one on, because then at least walking around Goron City, you're fine. And Shadow finally made the apple pie. Nice.
There we go. Yeah. What I thought he was going to do was buy that armor piece from the shop, and then there's the short, small Goron that rolls around, and if you bump into him, you can buy a fireproof elixir from him to give you the second part. But it looks like
I did not know that.
Yeah, he'll sell it to you.
That's good to know. Oh, that's good to know, especially because you don't want to have to stop at Foothill Stable or stop at Kaya One to make them, because you
Right.
can buy them from Beetle. Like that's kind of going out of your way. So if you only need it for like this one quest, then like you're already here. That's nice to know. It's good to know.
Yeah, I think he's about to fire out. There it goes. He's on fire again. Now, hopefully he gets here before it loads in, and... Okay, good.
Nice. Should be good now. Because he can immediately warp away.
Yeah, he can warp away, and that concludes. Now, technically, you can't... He's marked the goal already, and I'm not sure if this is stream delay, because I am capturing through Twitch, but officially you're not supposed to mark that goal complete until Yunobo is rolling away from you.
Okay. We'll have to make sure that that is clear for the tournament, because for lockout, those seconds matter. Sometimes these goals come down to literal seconds, so marking something early could make a difference. But
Yes, Sean is pointing out the short Goron kid that you can buy them from. He gets really upset when you waste his time.
I'm gonna have to try that now. But yeah, Shadow back in Hat now, and I'm puzzled why he hasn't just done the third bird picture. Yeah, I don't know. Because like in lockout, I'm just like I gotta get these goals fast. Like I would just get them done. But doing another bed, it looks like.
There's not another... Sleep in 3 beds is already done.
Yeah, so why is he...
Maybe he was just adjusting time of day.
Possibly, yeah. I was about to say that is... I thought both teams had done that. But it is kind of curious to see how much overlap we have and how much isn't necessarily overlapped, so...
Well, when it comes down to it, most people are gonna do the easier, faster goals rather than pick the harder ones. So,
oh yeah,
since
absolutely.
they're not forced into it, so they're not going to.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see like what goals are gone for first in like a lockout situation. Kind of gives you an idea of like what you would want to try to fight for so that you don't have to do any of those longer goals.
Now, Shadow, okay, I guess he needed a third bird and he came out here to get one of the seagulls. Those are hard to get sometimes because you're far away from them. But I would like to point out that I regularly argue that taking a picture of Cass should be considered a bird picture.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think Cash should count.
But I can't convince them.
He's not in the compendium.
Yeah, as I was about to say, I can't convince them to change the wording of the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Burpix and compendium. So, and Cass is not in the compendium, which I think that he should be, but I am not a Nintendo developer, so I get no say in the matter. But let's see. Schwemp is also on top of the labyrinth, getting that diamond quick pit stop, which is nice if you're already there and you know you need money. Oh, and he jumped and did not have any stamina and then fell. Oh.
Well, he just opened a chest, so he got an autosave, so that's good.
Yes. Schwemp has had very generous autosaves this bingo, I feel. Especially with doing the Guardian earlier and now that chest. Well, let's see. Stompy at Moglaton. Again, such a great spot for bingo just because you can bliss so many places from it. It's a lot higher than you would think compared to the rest of the map. And there's the 3 Akala Koroks. As I was saying earlier, Akala is a pain in the butt to get to sometimes, but they do have nice little pockets of Koroks, so getting 3 in the region's really not that terrible.
Oh, for some reason it looks like Sweden didn't get a good auto save.
Oh.
Oh, wait a second. No, this is the other. No, it's Kazuto. Okay, I guess he didn't get an autosave from that diamond chest on the top.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, he did? Oh, right. He died before he landed, so he didn't get the quest yet. I got confused. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, Sean. Yeah, Sean said he did get the autosave. It's just I forgot he hadn't technically entered the maze yet. The labyrinth yet.
All right, so Phantom Empire only needs 1 more goal to finish this out. And, coming from behind, they made quick work of getting this to 13. I need to ask, are we allowing both teams to get to 13? That way they both have a time to submit for their seeding?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I assumed, but I wanted to double check with the other organizers. But it looks like Shadow's also on his way to Akala, probably to get those 3 Akala Koroks.
And Stompy's doing apple pie? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Tabantha's such a good place. Oh, nope. But he messed up the recipe.
That's the second attempt. Maybe he doesn't know the recipe.
Yeah. The recipes are not always intuitive, to be fair. Because let me tell you, if I just throw flour and salt in a pan, that's not going to get me bread. So
yes. It looks like both of them are probably looking up something at the moment.
Yes. Trying to figure out what exactly do I need for that apple pie, which is an apple, goat butter, cane sugar, and wheat. What did he forget the goat?
Was he trying to make apple pie with rice?
Oh my goodness.
I'd have to go back and look at the VOD.
Yeah, I didn't see. But yeah, I've definitely been there of putting wrong things together and not getting the correct recipe.
All right, there we go. Got some apple pie.
There's the apple pie. So still a relatively close match, and if it wasn't lockout, I think it would still be in favor of Bird Allegiance, just because they got some of those early ones that Phantom Empire did end up getting for the purposes of this race, but would have been unavailable to them in a lockout setting. So
that's true.
But yeah, I mean, still relatively close, especially because, you know, Bird Allegiance has a couple of those easy goals, like a Selphos arm, which, you know, just in the time of day and in the right spot, and be like a Guardian Stalker, and 3 bird pictures. Those are not super long goals, so.
The thing that I did like about this card is that there really aren't any of those fast, immediate goals to get. They all basically require you. I mean, the only one that doesn't is the Stalforce arm. You can do that one on plat, but basically all the others require you to go ahead and leave plat and start working on them. But there's no like super short goals.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate that because, again, not salty about my tournament match when there were like 3 or 4 really quick ones on plat and I kept getting sniped by seconds.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with that, in the lockout situation. To have a bunch of really short goals means that gives, the other team quite a bit of an advantage.
Mm-hmm. It is really hard to come back from 4-0. Especially when you've already invested 5 minutes into specific goals. Which, I mean, you kind of run that risk when you do lockout. You're going to invest time into goals that ultimately you don't get. So that's part of the strategy. Sometimes it's like, do you let some of those shorter one goal go so that you can get a head start on some of the medium ones and force going into the long ones? Or do you just hope that you get that early lead? Because, yeah, that's part of the strategy with doing this. But yeah, I like boards like this where there's not those immediate, I'm going to...
Two simultaneous deaths.
Yes. But Phantom Empire is done, so GG to them. They got their 13 goals.
Yeah,
At 39.03, which is... That's a pretty good time.
Okay, so... Okay, so it was the 3 o'clock Koroks that finished it off before Schwedemp was able to get the snowy peaks. I don't myself play in the competitive games just because of anxiety stuff. I'm just not very good at it. But I feel that if I were to participate, because I'm basically I basically play glitchless. I don't do any of the movement glitches, and I always imagine that my strategy would be to find some of the longer goals on the board and start working on those, because I can work on those longer ones where my partner probably could go faster, could do some of those faster goals. And of course, the other team playing me is definitely going to go for the faster goals. So maybe I could, try to give an advantage that way. But
yeah, if you could find a good partner that would balance that out really well, yeah, that's a pretty good strategy, I would think.
Oh, okay. I was momentarily confused by where Stompy was, and he's at the Highland Stable to do the Knight's Saddle.
Oh, that's a choice. Probably because I struggle with horses in this game, getting them to do what I want.
Now, fortunately, it's the Knight's Saddle is not this horrible mini game that's here at the stable. That's for the extravagant. Okay. That's the extravagant one. That one's crap. That is Nintendo. That was the worst. The worst. But the Knights one is actually the fun one. At least for me, is the fun one. It's where you have to go shoot the balloons at the.
Nope, that one's worse.
No, I love that one. That one's so much easier. I cannot get, for me, whenever I'm doing like a hundo, it's like I can either get the extravagant set, I can either do it first try, or it takes 500. There's no in between.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm not good with the archery, and like you need a decent bow to do well at it.
Yes. Now, that's true. I have never done it without the Great Eagle bow, so I
Yeah.
it's easier with the good bow.
Yeah, and that's just always the trick. Like the hard part with bingo is like making sure you have a good bow. Now it's a little bit easier with Bliss to like get to castle and get a good bow, but like I will happily let other people do that goal. Like if that's on a board, you know what? You can have it. I'm not even gonna try for it. That's your freebie.
I can't remember which is which though. One of them requires 20 balloons, the other requires 23, but I can't remember which is which. I'm sure Sean could tell us.
I'm sure.
The saddle is always the bigger goal. Okay.
Okay. Good to know.
But I think there's only 25 balloons total.
All right. Well, we still have Phantom Empire still getting some practice in, which, hey, you're here, you might as well. I see Shadows trying to do the test of strength shrine clip. I always go to say test of shrine clip. I always stumble over my words with that one. But yeah, these clips are just so tricky sometimes. Getting them.
Okay, Stompy must not know that you have to talk to the guy while on your horse.
Yes. I think he's... Wow, that horse just made a jump. See, this is why I hate doing the horse stuff in this game, because, man... There.
So for the bridle you need 20. So you have to get more than 20. You have to get 20 or more, but less than 23. So you can get 20, 21, or 22.
Oh, that's just so precise. So precise.
Now I'm not sure which goal that Futurelander is working on, because he's back in Hebra.
Is it Secret of the Snowy Peaks?
No, Secret of the Snowy Peaks is up where Schwedemp is. It's at the top of. It's actually at the top of the wasteland, way up there.
Okay.
Oh, he's getting. Is he getting? Oh, this is the Secret of the Seers. I thought they already had that. Nope, they don't.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it definitely looked like Hebra for a second. Clearly not going to be going for the full climber set. Just activating the shrine and going. Which is fair.
Yeah, that's... Sean was saying this is why you want to use one of the... we can't use bomb arrows in the rain, unfortunately. And yeah, this is why you want to use one of the Rito bows. So if you can't... If you don't have the Great Eagle bow from Dueling Mado, then the next best choice is one of the Rito bows, either Swallow or Falcon. They both have the range, but they don't have... They don't... I can't remember if they fire as fast as the Great Eagle bow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this... the swallow one is a pretty fast shooting.
And so it looks like Stompy's going to give up on that one.
Which, fair. Again, Night Saddle is not one I would willingly do if I had other options.
Yeah, and it's a really good goal that pairs well with Meadow, because you need a goal that takes you up to North Tabantha or Hebra in order to justify getting one, because the closest Rito bow is Shayloya at Tabantha Bridge Stable. And so you really need a reason to take you up there.
Yeah. Oh, and Shadow with that nice little shield jump to get to the full set. Yep, this is one of those ones where I do it casually because I can never quite get that wind bomb.
Yeah, so Sean was saying that they do, and it is true. They had Hebra trial on the cliff, so that goal took them up there. I guess they just didn't think about getting one of those bows for the Night Saddle. But that's just, I guess, one of the things that you learn playing so much.
Yeah, it's having those goals that kind of do that. Because I wouldn't have thought to grab a swallow. Like, I wouldn't have thought that the swallow bow or the other bow would be that easy to get. So, Phrenic bow.
See, there are a lot of people who really like the Phrenic bow, and I am not one of them.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either. But yeah, it's doable. It is a little bit closer if you'd rather do that. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the zoom either. It throws me off. I don't like it, but it works in a pinch if that's what you want. So if you don't want to have to go all the way up to Tabantha or Hebra.
So, if I were looking at the board from Bird Allegiance's point of view, I think the thing that I would do probably would be Secret of the Snowy Peaks or Take Back the Sea. Take Back the Sea is fast and easy, and they could easily BLSS there.
They're going for Delega Guardian Stalker. I would not have chosen here. Because now they've lost the 7 fairies.
He's got 8 right now. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now he has 7.
Okay. And it looks like he's got him.
The goal is done.
Oh, that looked like a 6 for a second. But it's done, and they're done.
GG's to both of them.
Yeah, not too bad. All right, we'll bring them back in here and do a little interview. GG's, runners.
GG's.
GG.
Well, that was that looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of the board?
It was very nice for this.
Very nice.
Good.
But if we were doing this as a lockout, no.
No, this is not a fun lockout words.
Night Saddle, I think, is one of the worst goals.
It is a pretty bad goal. I
And
agree.
then, what else? 8 main quests, I've never done it before. I think you have to do 1 Divine Beast, Stolen Heirloom. Wait, no, Stolen Heirloom's not main quest. 1 Divine Beast, plus, like, a lot of stuff. So, it takes a while.
That would be one of the ones that you would hope that it wouldn't come down to, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 main quest is the level 25 goal on the board. So, again, just a reminder that every board that you get generated from our bingo sync, at least, will have one goal that requires a Divine Beast, either it'll directly say do a divine beast, or in this case it was the frog catching side quest is the divine beast goal, and then there will be a level 25 goal, and that one was the 8 main quest this time.
I guess if you were doing like an actual lockout, it would correspond with frog catching, because then you could do them both together because it is a main quest.
Mhm.
But it would still take a while to do a main quest, because I'm pretty sure you have to do like the camera quest too, along with the one with Picango. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's quite a few that you have to do.
But you can get a decent chunk of the main quests in Kakariko. I think you can get 2, because going up to the Great Fairy and taking that picture is a main quest for the artist. So
I don't know why that's a main quest, but it just is.
it's a main quest. So I mean, talking to Impa and doing that, like, that's 2 right there. Yeah, it's not a great goal, and I could see again that you would not want. You would hope that the lockout would end before anyone has to do the 8 main quests. But what did you think of the fact that like there weren't a whole lot of really fast plateau goals?
Fine. I just stayed too long on plat when there's not a lot of plat goals. Because I made a wrong warp, because originally right after I got the arrows, I was trying to go to SOR, but it said warp to stasis. Died, which sent me pretty far back.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the shrine, which was not good. And so I had to grab all the food again, get the food by the Boku camp,
Yeah.
grab the bomb arrows, and head back up, and then get to bed, and then leave for the Guardian.
Yeah,
And
that's a painful one.
And then I went to Castle immediately afterwards. Forgot there was a Guardian right outside docks, so I wasted even more time. As that would have saved me a warp. Afterwards, Guardian, it took way too long because I died 2 times.
You did have a really good autosave with that, though.
I did. It's because I opened the chest and I also warped.
Yeah, which is nice. Sometimes you get some pretty bad autosaves. But yeah, like no one did my strat of going to Kamyatak and getting the weapon, or getting an ancient sword and then doing the Guardian right outside, because it only takes 1 hit with an ancient sword for the legs to come off.
Gotcha. I used a flame blade since it was sharp enough.
Yeah.
Enough, and I didn't want to do a 3rd warp to Kamyatak.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the Edge of Duality is also one shot to the legs, if not 2.
I think so, yeah. So that's a little bit faster. But I would see at that point, you're just like, I don't want to warp anymore.
Yeah, because it takes 3 hits with the flame blade to get rid of it.
Yeah.
The easiest way, of course, is to get any kind of Guardian weapon, and it will remove the leg in 1 shot.
Right.
Now, Bird Allegiance, what did you think of the board?
I think it was pretty good. A lot of like quick goals, not many normal or long goals.
Yeah, I'm like super rusty. I haven't played the game in months, so this was like my actual first time even touching my Switch in months. So, I was kind of, I didn't really know what I was doing, but I have to start de-rusting for the tournament.
Well, you actually did pretty good. Katie and I were talking about it earlier, that if this were a lockout, you would have had a significant advantage in the beginning, because you did get some of the faster goals in the beginning, and that would have locked a Phantom Empire out from those goals. So you did have the advantage, early on, if this were a real lockout.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't know what I was,
Allegiance.
and I thought, because I was thinking in terms of like the tournament where, when somebody wins, you just everybody stops, and I was confused and I didn't know what goal to do, and I kind of forgot that the Night Saddle was the archery game and not the jumping game, and I just went there, and like I said, I'm kind of washed up. My memory on this game's a bit foggy, so I don't know why I thought I could do that mini game.
See, I was like I was saying earlier, like that is my preferred mini game. So like Katie prefers the jumping one.
I would
Yeah.
rather do jumping than archery for sure.
I prefer the shooting one, but the key there. So to help you get back into this, it really helps to have one of the Rito bows, a swallow bow, a falcon bow, or a great eagle bow if you happen to do Mado. But one of those bows, they have much longer range, and it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah,
So
I just had the plat bow.
Makes that archery game so much more difficult than it needs to be, which is why like I really avoid doing the archery goal at all costs in bingos, just because you really do it's really hard to get a good score with early bingo bows. You need a good bow to do it easily.
Right.
So do you think that you in future will grind out another card or two before you submit your time? Or
Yeah, we're gonna do a match against the real Glotties team, I think.
the real
Because they stole our name this year. Actually, we decided to drop the name for personal reasons, but they adopted it.
Who is they?
I think it's
Mako and Nuo.
Oh, okay. No, so yeah, Mako he likes Glotties, the emoji. He likes that one a lot. I see him use it quite a bit in chat, so that doesn't surprise me. But no, I had asked earlier that could I just use the same information from last year? You said yeah, so I took it all.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, I think it might be Fluff and Not So Zany. I can't forget. It's one of the two teams.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
All right. So, so you still looking forward to the tournament?
Yeah.
Because
That's good.
like Jason had said, we were talking about that, had this been an actual lockout, you would have had a pretty good advantage having the first couple of goals that Phantom Empire ended up getting for this particular board, but would have been unavailable to them. So that's also something to keep in mind too, that like sometimes that early advantage can really make a difference when it comes to lockout.
Yeah, at first I was confused. I forgot that it wasn't a lockout. So I thought we were doing pretty good.
Yeah, I spent that time going for the camera because I wanted to start on the longer goal. Mm-hmm. And then, I ended up forgetting where all the birds were because I memorized them all for 15 bird figures, and now I just completely forgot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get all three right in Hatno, which makes that goal not too terrible in the grand scheme of things. So I was wondering like why. I was like, you had like two, like you were almost done. I was like, when are you gonna finish the goal?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll come back to it later. There's got to be something I run into on my way. and then I went to the place where Cass is because there's usually seagulls there, but they don't spawn at night. And I didn't realize that, so I had to go make a campfire or go to the place, change it to morning, and then go get them.
Yeah. Oh,
Also,
the 15
no
bird pictures has been removed. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
No bird pictures from Bird Alliance though.
I got two.
Oh, okay.
And I was about to get my third, but then Future got the D-legged Guardian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You picked an interesting Guardian to remove the legs off of.
Yeah, I was just doing the first one that came to mind because I forgot to do it when I was already in Akala, so I just went back and did it.
Yeah, we were concerned about your fairy count because while you're killing one, the other one's trying to kill you.
Yeah, and two of them got wasted, and now I'm at exactly 7.
You're exactly 7, yeah. Very good. So, well, that was fun to watch. But I definitely look forward to a real lockout when one of the teams is forced into the longer, more difficult goals.
Yes.
So that should be fun.
But
yeah, I was actually looking forward
Go ahead.
I was looking forward to do the Yiga clan hideout, but it didn't end up going there. And then I did climber set too. That's one of my favorite goals.
Yeah, it's a good goal, especially if you can get that test of strength shrine clip. I have to slowly say that because I always say like test of shrine strength clip. It's yeah, yeah. If you can get that clip, it's not too terrible, but I do like the look of the full climber set. I'm a fan. But any last comments from our runners?
No.
Good.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no
thank
problem.
you for this.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, Katie, any last words from you?
I don't think so. This was a great match, and I'm excited for the tournament.
Yeah, me too. So if you would like to join the tournament, you still can. We are taking signups and accepting teams right now. So join the Discord and come talk to us in the Breath of the Wild tourney chat, and we'll be glad to help you get signed up. Signups are going until I forget the date.
Me too. Oops.
I'm looking at it right now. By February 20th.
February 20th. Excellent. Thank you. So we have about 9 more days for signups, and then after that, we're going to start the tournament on the week of the 27th. So basically, it comes out to be like the first weekend in March when we're going to get things going, and then we're going to blaze through this tournament as fast as possible. I'm sure this information has not been leaked yet, but there's a new game coming out soon. I'm sure no one's heard of it, right?
No. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, so there's a little game called Tears of the Kingdom coming out May 12th. So we're going to blaze through the tournament and get done in time for that to come out. And then as soon as we can start putting goals together, we're going to start putting together TOTK bingo stuff. So lots of stuff to watch out for coming in the next few months. So alrighty, well, we're just going to end it there. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. Let me see who's online, see who we can raid. It's hard calming and restreaming at the same time. I see Schwademp is streaming right now. Maybe we should raid him. Well, I see
There's
player
Squirrel and
5.
player 5.
Who did you say? Oh,
Squirrel. Is doing selfie compendium.
How about let's
Player 5's doing all shrines.
Yeah, let's go to player 5. Let's raid player 5 and go say hello to him. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you next time.